Aaron time for broadcasting the Detroit 24 broadcast for Detroit Tigers home opener. Here is your starting lineup for Detroit Tigers. Batting first, right fielder Matt Vierling. Batting second, playing second base, Andy Ibanez. Playing first would be Spencer Torkelson. Playing left, we got Bracken Riley Green. Batting third, we got the new Tiger, DH, Mark Cannon. We got third base, Gio Shishela. And batting eighth, the catcher, Jake Rogers. Batting ninth, the shortstop, Javier Baez. And batting glass, the center field is Parker Meadows. And your starting pitcher is Terrence Skubal. And my pick to stick will be Matt Vierling.
Good Sunday morning, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Hello. Excellent.
So we got a couple of people on location here. Aaron and his brother Eric are down at the Tiger game. Hopefully they have a better outing today.
Yeah, we'll see.
And we got Paul somewhere in his front yard.
Yeah, look at that flag, brother.
Yeah, right on. Hey, before we get started, I just want to bring up one thing. On Memorial Day, I met a young lady here in Murfreesboro, and turns out she's a Gold Star wife. And so I decided we're going to help her out a little bit. We're going to send her and her son to a sporting event of their choice, probably. The event is up in the air, but right now we're just doing fundraising so far. We have $525. So if you're watching this and you can afford $5, man, we're not asking for a lot. $5 minimum, just throw it in there. We'd appreciate it. Corporal Diaz lost his life in Afghanistan, and he left behind a wife and a 2-year-old son. So we're just doing what we do, and this is what this channel is all about: is helping our brothers and sisters out who put their lives on the line for us every day. So we're putting our money where our mouths are. So we appreciate all your support that you can. And if you look in the show notes today, I didn't put any of the other Patreon or any other fundraising for us. We're just solely focusing on this one right now, and it's going to go for a couple of weeks. I'm going to try to get up to about, I don't know. My original goal was $1,000, but I was afraid that once it hit $1,000, people would stop donating. So I bumped it up to $2,500. But we're definitely going to hook the family up. So if you can find it in your heart to throw $5 in the kitty, we'd appreciate it. All right. With that said, I hope if I can learn how to talk today, hopefully everybody can find us. We're no longer on Facebook due to, I don't know, whatever Facebook has against us, or me, I should say. Every time I post something, it either gets
YouTube
removed or I get thrown in lifetime ban because it goes against the community standards. But I don't know how doing a fundraiser for a fallen American goes against community standards. That one super baffles me. So I just moved the show over to YouTube solely, and so it is what it is. I have no idea what the hell's going on. You got me. I'm a little baffled. But so on to sports. I didn't get a chance to look at your notes there, Eric. So do you want to start us off?
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about NBA Finals first? Game 1 was on Thursday. Celtics took it. I don't know, John and Jason, if you guys want to.
I mean, there wasn't much more to it. It was Porzingis came back, and he fit right back in, and it looked like a heavyweight versus a featherweight. Beat him up pretty good. So
that was going on a good run there at some point and brought it close, but I mean, Boston just ran away with it again.
Is this what we got to look forward to for the whole series? You think Mavericks can make a comeback here?
We'll find out in game 2.
I think they might take a game or two, but
I could see them winning a game or two. But
I think I see Scott over there chopping at the bit because Scott is from, or he's not from Boston, but he's living in Boston these days. So I see he's over there smirking.
No, my son is like a huge basketball guy, and I watch the Celtics. I'm not a huge NBA guy, but I do watch the Celtics with him. And you know, the thing that I think everybody overlooks about the Celtics is the fact that they've got 7 guys that can go off for 25 points, and they play defense. And I mean, obviously the best player in the finals is Luka Doncic, and he showed it the other night. But here's a little known fact that people I don't think understand is that when Kyrie Irving came in after he left the Celtics, he came in and stomped on the center court thing. He is 0-11 against the Celtics since then, and
he only scored 12 points too, I believe.
Huh?
He only scored 12 points, right? And was pretty silent during the.
He was, and that's the thing with the Celtics is their guards are like 6'6" and taller, and they can all play defense. And while Kyrie is phenomenal, he's got great handles. Don't get me wrong, he can't match up size wise with the Celtics guards. But in true Celtics fashion, I expect them to lose tonight because that's what they do. They lose game 2 at home, and then put the hammer down.
Speaking of that, have you guys noticed the big gap in between game 1 and game 2? There's a lot of off days in this finals. Is that something that you think is on purpose? Were they doing that because the Stanley Cup finals were yesterday and there's a lot going on in the sports world, or what? It just seems like a lot.
It's only 3 days. I mean,
yeah, but there's no travel. Why
right.
is there 3 days between the games? Everybody's staying in Boston. If it's 3 days, if you're traveling between Dallas and Boston, I understand that. I mean, why were there 10 days between the ends of the conference championships to the beginning of the finals? I just think the NBA is trying to stretch it out. That's all.
It's probably to keep players healthy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, I just found that odd. I don't know either way, but I found it odd that a non-travel game, there's so many days in between. It just seemed odd.
But I think between 3 and 4 down in Dallas, there's only 1 day. So I think they play Wednesday and then they play Friday. So
yeah, that sounds like they're dragging it out then.
Yes. So before we go on to the NHL, Scott called me this morning and reminded me about the Caitlin Clark fiasco that's going on in the WNBA. How she got snubbed in the Olympics when she has better numbers than almost everybody that's playing in the dang gang. You want to talk about that for a second, Scott?
I mean, my only question is like, and it's not my take. I was listening to ESPN radio this morning and they were talking about it. It's like, everybody, they talk about that they want to grow the women's game and everything like that. And then the other night when the Celtics were playing, Caitlin Clark was playing against Washington in Washington. The two teams were a combined 3-20, and they had over 1,000 more people at that game than they did at the Celtics game. I mean, she's banging out arenas all over the country. And if you want to say she can't play internationally, well, you didn't have a problem with her playing on the U21 team when they won the gold medal. So I mean, and 2 of the people they picked, one, I'm not even going to go down that road. The other one, she hasn't played in a year. I mean, how do you put her on the team? She hasn't tried out. She's been injured since the WNBA Finals last year. So, I mean, you guys know my background. I'm a women's college coach, and to see like the way the women's, the WNBA is now changed so much because of what's going on, not with just her, but with Angel Reese and the kid from Stanford and the other kid from South Carolina. I mean, it's like they're bringing new blood into the WNBA, and then now it's like they're not flying commercial anymore. Now they all have charters and they're banging out buildings all over the world, and it's like, how do you not put her on the team? Because she was on the team like 4 months ago, and now she's not on the team. So that's just my thing. You guys can go ahead and slay me as much as you like. I don't particularly care.
I mean, I'm a huge Caitlin Clark fan. I'm in complete awe of her. Like this time last year, I couldn't name a single player on the WNBA, and I've watched a decent amount now. It's remarkable. I don't know. It seems strange that she's not on the team to me, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, there is concern about the kid from the Aces, Chelsea Gray, who has been hurt. Now, she's an excellent player, don't get me wrong, but she's been hurt for a year, and so, there is some speculation that she might be removed from the roster and then replaced with somebody. I can't imagine it would be anybody other than Caitlin Clark, but whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty bizarre to me. And then like the other thing that's really bizarre, and I kind of get it because women are catty as hell, but man, she is getting a lot of hate from her peers.
Well, they're beating her ass on the field or on the court.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to watch.
If you didn't see it, Gino Auriemma stuck up for her. He said she was put in a no-win situation because, she was being praised as going to be the one to save the WNBA, and that's not really fair for a kid coming out of college.
Right.
And she's getting beat up by, I think she's toeing the line, saying those, I don't think there's any apologies that need to be said for the hard fouls that are on me and blah 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 blah. But still, the WNBA wants her to be the one to save them, but women's basketball doesn't. And, Diana Taurasi, who has been in the league forever and one of the best players to ever play the game, she doesn't even have the numbers that Caitlin Clark has. Yet, she's on the team. So,
it's almost like from outsider looking in. It looks like the WNBA put her hands in handcuffs and then said, "Here, go save the league." Like, it makes no sense what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, I think what makes no sense as well is her own teammates. I think they need to get a Draymond Green type female on that team, and the next time she gets a foul out of play, just getting knocked around, I think that person go out there and handle the business and stick up for her.
And I would argue she's already saved the WNBA. Last year at this time, none of us could name a single WNBA player, and now we're talking about Caitlin Clark every week.
Great point, Eric.
She's done exactly what she needed to do. I don't know what more you could ask of the girl.
Well, and I think the fellow players in the WNBA should thank her because now they're on chartered flights. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah, everybody's big complaint is she turns the ball over a lot. Well, yeah, she's a rookie point guard. They all turn the ball over a lot.
Yeah,
rookie point guards that go into the NBA turn the ball over a lot. She's also just setting a rookie record for most 3-pointers in the game. She's,
Well said, Scott.
Yes.
But guys, her teammates, okay, they don't got the type of teammates on that team that are going to step up like that. I'm telling you, man. Bring in a bruiser, put him on the team, and protect Caitlin. Don't let that happen to her.
Yeah, they need a female Bill Lambier out there playing next to her.
Exactly. Well, they do have a big center who should be. They do have a big center who should be backing her up, and she's a very good player. I think is it Asia Wilson? Maybe I don't know.
But is that the women's game though? I don't think they do get physical like that, right? Like,
they didn't have a problem knocking her on her ass on an inbound play. So,
yeah. My point was, I'm not sure that they've ever had to deal with situations like this before. So maybe.
And it's not just her, because all the rookies are getting really, really hard fouls. I saw Angel Reese, somebody grabbed her around the throat and threw her on the ground going for a rebound. And,
man, wow.
That's rough.
That is rough. And you know what? I think there's a threshold, Scott. You're at the college level coaching, but, you got more experience than I do on this. But just as a layman here, isn't there like a level of, okay, yeah, you're new to the league and we're going to foul you when you get in the paint and all that. But, plays out, this grabbing and pushing down and choking outside of a play. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Scott? Because,
I'm not a basketball coach, and to me, it just doesn't look like it's a basketball play. I mean, if that play the other night where Kennedy Carter, like hip checked her and threw her on the ground, and it was upgraded to a flagrant one. Well, that's not a basketball play to me. That is somebody who's pissed off and knocked her on her ass.
That should be a technical, right? A teed up,
yeah,
out.
But it was not ruled a technical at the time. It was ruled a common foul, and then they went back and looked at it, and it was a flagrant. She got one free throw for that, and they ended up winning that game by 1 point. Wow. I mean, that is, that's not holding your own. But like I said, the kid from Stanford, she's getting beat up down low. Angel Reese is getting beat up. And it's not just. I mean, everybody focuses on Caitlin Clark because she is the quote unquote face of the WNBA, but it's like this new group that has come in and is kind of saving the WNBA. They're getting beat up by these girls. So,
yeah, because I think the old guard may be a little jealous.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's an understatement. A little.
Yeah.
I mean, Diana Taurasi was the first one to go after Caitlin Clark, but Diana, have you looked at your stat line as compared to hers? Yes, you're a great player, and you still are a great player, but this kid can play.
Oh, right on. All right, the NHL Stanley Cup started last night, and the Edmonton Oilers were all over this freaking goalie, man, but they still shut him out, man. It was like one of the most spectacular freaking shows I've seen in recent years.
Yeah, I mean, that dude's about to win the Conn Smythe if they keep playing like that. It was incredible.
It was nuts.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty sure I saw.
Yeah, Bobrovsky has a history of playing well in the playoffs, but that might have been his best game ever.
I think I saw Florida scored 3 power play goals too, wasn't it? All 3 were power play. Yeah, can't let that happen in the Stanley Cup.
Nope. No, you can't.
Hey,
Florida's looking good.
I know somebody that's happy. One of our TSP fellow followers, Mr. Wiz. I know he was I'm pretty sure he was at the game in his fancy little suite.
yeah, he's a hardcore fan too on the Panthers.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, like I said last week, I think the Panthers are the most complete team. They should handle Edmonton pretty easily, I believe.
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah.
All right, baseball. Hey, Eric and Aaron, you want to talk about where you're at today?
Yeah, we're actually at my parents' house now, but after we get through here, we're going to be heading down to the Tigers game again. We went Friday night too, which was a 10-0 rough game.
Really terrible.
Scooble's pitching today, so hopefully
our ace is pitching.
Yep. Hopefully they can right the ship.
I saw the Tigers play last Sunday in Boston.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the game that they whooped your ass?
The Red Sox blew a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard an interesting Ken Burns quote earlier this week, and I think anyone who's a fan of the Tigers, the Cubs, or any 500 team can pretty much relate to this. He said, if you're a 100-win team or a 100-loss team, you don't really sweat or live game to game. But if you're a 500 team, you're either going up or down emotionally with each win. And I kind of can really relate to that because earlier in the week, coming back from Boston, I mean, we were riding high. I was talking about maybe, making it into the wild card, just get in. And then we go to that game Friday night, and they blew it. They blew it, and now we're back to where we were. Every game is an emotional roller coaster.
Well, my Red Sox, who were above 500, rolled into Chicago to play the White Sox, who had lost 14 in a row, and now the Red Sox have lost 2 in a row to the White Sox in Chicago. So, We are
And you know
hoping
what?
for a split of the series.
Yeah,
you know,
and the Red
Scott,
Sox, I feel like the Red Sox and the Tigers are kind of on the same trajectory this year. You know, they're both 500, flirting for that last, around 500.
You're both the
flirting
first two
for that.
teams out of the wild card right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
The
they're
White
very
Sox,
similar.
they lost, 11 or 12, 13 in a row. That broke a record for them since 1927.
Yeah,
It was
they're
14 in a
terrible.
row until they buried the Sox the other night. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, the White Sox have the 3 of the worst players in baseball, according to Fangraphs WAR. So they're an absolute shit show of a team.
Well, nice to see you, Aaron, on the show.
Yep. It's nice to see you again, Paulie.
Hey, Aaron, you got anything for Paulie before we shut her down?
Oh, yeah, Paulie.
Okay, hold on, Aaron. Bring it on. Come on.
Okay, Paulie. So if Scribble beats, who is it? The Brewers, you have to get a Tigers jersey.
I'm not even recovered from the last bet we made.
Paulie, don't get me going on this show, man. I will get you going.
I'm just telling you. You keep making these bets. You signing me up for more stuff that I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you, Paulie.
That's funny.
All I
So
know,
I want to also say all the fathers happy Father's Day, and my birthday's coming up June 20th.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll get
happy
you a
birthday,
Bears jersey. I'll buy you a Bears jersey.
I see you're wearing the Motor City, the third uniform for the Tigers there.
Yep.
Yep. Paulie should get one next too.
Oh, here we go again. I thought, what are you talking about? Don't we make a bet about aren't you supposed to be wearing the Bears jersey if the Bears beat Detroit?
Paulie, I don't know what to tell you, buddy, but if I win the softball tournament, you're going to have to get a Tigers jersey.
Man,
Do the Bears even have a quarterback?
Ah, here we go. And the show's going down.
Oh, come on. I know the Patriots don't have a quarterback, so I can't even talk about it.
Well, there you go. So you have some empathy, and I have some for you as well.
Hey, we ain't got no empathy for Scott, man. He went on a hell of a run, man.
Yeah, seriously.
The hell with that.
Yeah,
You got 7
the crazy
rings.
thing is my sons, my son is 25 and my youngest is 22. They've seen like multiple Super Bowls, World Series,
Right.
NBA, NHL championships, and they just think that's the way things go. I'm like, no, that's not the way things go. I won one championship until I moved out here.
They ought to spend 5 minutes talking to a Bears or a Chicago or Detroit fan.
No,
thanks a lot. I really appreciate that, Paulie.
Well, think about it, Aaron. Think about it. Those Detroit Lions never won the Super Bowl. The Cubs took 108 years to win a World Series. I mean, it's legit.
Red Sox took 106 years, so let's not put it that far off. Or
yeah, they rattled off 4 in
right.
20 years, though. That's for sure.
But you guys had the Red Wings in Detroit, and man, did you guys?
Yep.
You guys, they're legends, obviously.
Well, the Blackhawks weren't bad either.
We had our
in the
run.
90s.
Yeah, we had our run, Scott.
Good run.
We had our run. That's true. We did.
Chicago's pretty solid. They've won plenty of championships.
Who?
Chicago. The city of Chicago.
But my reference was the Cubs, John.
The Bulls.
The Cubs even have won, though. That's not bad. You got championships in all sports.
Once every
I know, but it
years,
took 108 years to win the first one. That's all I'm saying. That was my point. Yes, the Bulls won. The Blackhawks, like Scott reminded me of, they got the Stanley Cup 3 times, and the Bears, 85, but whatever.
Yeah, and before we went live, John was out there throwing shots about the Tigers, and I just want to remind him that 2009 was a long time ago, buddy.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about the Dodgers Yankees series.
Yeah, a couple of behemoths going at it, man, toe to toe, man. That's great.
Real baseball teams. Yeah,
that Friday.
You guys should tune in and watch them.
Money can buy.
That Friday game was wild. Extra innings. It was like playoff baseball in June. It was fantastic.
Yeah, you got to love the Bombers in a Dodgers game.
That's a good series.
Yeah, what's that like? Almost $2 billion in payroll on the two
Right.
teams.
Hey,
Yeah, no
welcome to
kidding.
baseball.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
know. No kidding.
if you look at it too, the first 3 players on the Dodgers batting order were MVPs. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's Ohtani and Freeman. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Hey, there's a
By the way,
baseball
John,
game
I'm
going on right now in
the
London.
Bulls hat.
What's that, Fleet?
Yeah,
There's
Phillies.
a baseball going on right now in London.
Yeah, the London series,
Who's playing?
Phillies and Mets.
Mets,
Phillies and
Phillies.
Mets.
Ah, okay. Phillies are great this year. My goodness.
Yeah, they're having a great year.
Yeah, they have good pitching. Suarez and Zach Wheeler are absolutely dominant.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to talk about Scheffler before we sign off? I gotta go take a shower and get to church.
Yeah, he's about to win the Memorial. I mean, he has to be the front runner for the U.S. Open next week. I would say at Pinehurst.
What's his lead right now?
I think it's
He
3.
was up 4.
Thought it was 4.
He was 4.
Yeah,
And he,
minus 10.
he took a triple bogey and a double bogey yesterday. I mean,
No
splashed
way.
a couple balls, missed some short putts, but
He took a triple bogey yesterday, and he's still up 4.
Yep.
yes, he did.
Damn. I can only dream.
Yeah. He took a triple bogey, and then his next shot, he stuck like 3 feet from the pin.
Yeah, I'm
John,
not going to
if you didn't
say.
hear it, I appreciate the Durham Bull bet.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. A shout out Durham Bulls.
Hey, isn't the U.S. Open, Eric? What's that?
It's next week at Pinehurst.
Okay.
Is that the third major?
Yep. Yeah, I think it's going to be Scheffler versus the field, like always. I don't know. I don't see anybody beating that guy.
Right. Yeah, he's the man right now.
Rich, one of our classmates lives at Pinehurst, and she's going to be there.
Oh, yeah. Who's that?
Ann Litwin.
Nice.
It's only like 2 or 3 hours from where I'm at.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
went to the U.S. Open in '99, whenever it was, 2001, whenever the last time I was there.
Was that the Payne Stewart year?
I have no idea. I was pretty young. I just followed Tiger's wife around.
Nice.
I did the same thing at the Byron Nelson, John, with Tiger, following him for the 18 holes, and it was pretty cool
him
to see
or
that.
his wife. His wife was very attractive at the time, so was
She's
fun to
still
follow,
very
too.
attractive.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's
I
out
saw the
living her
U.S.
best life.
Open at Oakland Hills when I was in the Boy Scouts, and I actually shook hands with Arnold Palmer
A legend.
a
Yeah.
million years ago.
Yep, a legend.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard one bad thing about Arnold Palmer. Everyone says he's great or was great.
Well, his iced tea sucks.
It's not bad if you put a little vodka in it.
Yeah, that's it. Make it a John Daly.
John Daly. That's a good segue.
Speaking of that, did you guys see that female golfer at the Open last week ripping darts like John Daly?
Yes. She's a legend now.
Yeah. Yeah, she said she was smoking Newport 100s to quit vaping. She was out there ripping like a pack of darts.
To quit vaping?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so stupid. But there's some John Daly news with the minutes wisely. I was talking to a sponsor of our golf outing in September, and one of his alcohol brands is owned by John Daly, and he's getting the word out to John Daly. So maybe, I'm not saying he's going to stop by or anything, but John Daly will know about us by the time September 11th rolls around.
Outstanding.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
That will be the week after you are in Boston for another Minutes Wisely.
Correct.
event.
Yes. Yep. I have a very busy, productive September. So I'm doing Boston. I'm doing 9/11 golf outing. There's a benefit concert that very next weekend, and then also back home in Dearborn, Michigan, my American Legion does a big Hog Heaven event where they raffle off a Harley Davidson, and I'm thinking I'm going to be there to raffle off a couple Lions tickets also, get the word out in Detroit. So which meaning we're ramping up to build a team in Detroit. So I'll be getting in touch with you sometime this summer, Eric.
Sounds good.
Get you involved up there. So, all right. Does anybody got anything before we shut her down?
No, happy Father's Day to everybody. Like Aaron,
You're a week early, I think.
NC State baseball going to Omaha if we win today.
Oh, are they still in it?
Yeah, we beat Georgia 18-1 yesterday in game one of the series.
I knew they lost 18-1. I wasn't sure who beat them.
I realize it's next weekend, Fleek, but Father's Day, we could celebrate it all week. Why not?
That's
Yeah,
right.
we have to. So.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you for having me on today, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for jumping on, man.
Anytime, man.
Just for our listeners right now, Scott's a collegiate coach. He's over in the Boston area at Suffolk University. So swing by and check out his girls play volleyball.
Yeah, come the first weekend in September, and you will see us do our in our military awareness uniforms for Minutes Wisely.
Hell yeah. So. Yeah, he's Scott's and his team's honoring our foundation, and we're super appreciative. So I guess I have to get with you and find out what the dress code is. I don't want to look like a hobo. You got to represent.
All right.
All right. See you guys. Peace out.
Right.
Next Sunday.
Go Yankees.
Take care.
Go Cubs.
2000.